Have you ever arrived at a campsite only to find that your electric hookup cable is all over the place? It is twisted, it is knotted, but not only that, it's raining outside and it's pitch black. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to uncoil it and wrap it up correctly so it doesn't happen again. So you either have your electric hookup cable on a reel or not on a reel. Let's check out the reel first. Now, your typical electric hookup reel has a handle on the edge and a handle in the middle which rotates freely inside the reel. Now, if you take and hold the reel with the one in the middle, and you can actually use the other handle to rotate the reel and the cable comes off. That is the correct way. The alternative way of doing this is by pulling the cable like so. Now, the incorrect way of taking the cable off the reel is grabbing the cable and just pulling it off like so. And I'll do it again like so. This is the incorrect way, and it might be obvious not to do it this way, but I know some people who do this, including Zoe, which drives me up the wall every time I see her doing it. Of course, it's not the best way. I don't know how she does it. There you go. She does it like this, just wrapping it. As you can see, it's not the best way, and I've no idea why she does it. Now, what this creates is a coil of cable on the floor, which is all twisted, and it has to be unraveled to put back onto the reel. So when you pull the cable out, it gets all looped up and twisted. Now, that doesn't look too bad. The problem is when you get to reel the cable in, it gets all twisted and knotted and causes a headache and a few shouts and screams at Zoe. And of course, the proper way to reel it in is to use the handles and reel backwards, the opposite way you did to take it off. Now, of course, taking it on and off the reel is quite obvious, I think. However, without the reel isn't so obvious. Let me show you. Now, what I used to do is coil the cable like this, just around the arm, which is the easiest, but not the best way of doing it. Now, that is because various things, but first of all, you're going to get a muddy arm, or even worse, and you know what I mean by that. When you go to uncoil it, it will generally be, most of the time, in knots or twisted. So let me show you a better way of wrapping up your cable. So what I like to do is I grab one end of the cable, and with my other hand, I grab a length of cable with my thumb underneath it. And when I bring my hands together, I form a loop. Now I'm going to do the same thing again. This time though, I'm going to grab the length of cable with my thumb on top of the cable. Now as I move my hands together, I actually form a twisted loop. So there's my twisted loop there. And this time I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm going to have my thumb underneath the cable and bring them together. Again, there's another loop, and I keep doing this, alternating between thumb on top and thumb underneath, and just twist the cable like that as I bring my hands together. And so I just keep doing that over now. Now, when you first do this, if your cable is all twisted, then you may see some sort of figure eight happening here, and it looks all twisted and all gnarly and whatever, and then it all looks all in a knot. But trust me, it's not. It's just the fact that the cable is twisted along the way here, and eventually, if you do this enough times, it will start looking like a cable again, all nice and tidy. Now, I've also got a Velcro strap here, which I use just to keep everything all nice and neat. Because the real reason why your cable all gets in a knot is because these ends end up passing through here or moving from one side to the other, and therefore it creates a knot. So when I go to pull the cable out, or even when I throw it, it doesn't become knotted, it doesn't become twisted, because the cable is already twisted, and as you pull it, it's untwisting itself. Now, the really cool thing that you can do with this method of wrapping up your cable is that you can use it on any sort of cable, or even hose. You can also wrap up your water hose, the hose you fill up your water tank with. And also, what about headphones? They always coil and get in a mess and tangle, don't they? So you can use that method on them too. If you like this video, there is a button for that, and if you think that this video has earned it, then maybe you should subscribe as well. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.